Oh boy! If it isn't more of this. Like I said, this is Chapter 7. There are some minor spoilers for the plot, and minor spoilers and plot synopses for OG Gundam and Zeta series. Um, yeah, this is Chapter 7, and I mentioned this before, and I'll repeat it for everyone here. If Chapter 7 doesn't actually try to do something new, I'm out. I'm 100% out. I'm not here to read this just marginally, inconsequentially different version of Wani. That it's, I don't know, man. There's get out of here. Recorded Safi. So someone else like tried to give me some insight into this. Arthur's kitten boy wife. What a guy. Shows up in a lot of streams. And said something about like how. Let's see. Yeah, the whole like the weird startup with like the it's ending one anon was really weird. And it was like my theory. Okay, his theory is that the author originally was going to develop those visions, and make it an XP copy, which would have been weird. I mean, that would only make his connection to Olivia far more strenuous. But more interestingly, it is something that's not followed up upon. I wonder if he got cold feet, or if he just didn't like the idea, or just fucking verbatim copying the original story wouldn't work if he had to make an original character or write anything other than what was. I don't know, man. I don't want to write. I don't want to end on in Olivia's story. It doesn't work. And yes, I would say that. Funnily enough, I do think that the main character in both of them are like kind of secondary to the plot. They're not as involved as they should be. It really is more about Fang and Olivia than anyone else. Which, fair enough for a character you're supposed to sympathize with. Although it's a little weirder for Inko. Well, whatever. But I was told about something called the rubric. Apparently in high schools, 2020 to 2025 version, as he calls it, there's a concept known as a rubric, which is originally intended as a loose set of marking guidelines to inform teachers on an acceptable boundary for answers, which apparently got bumped it up. And I like the statement that he gets to, right? This creates this. Wait, let me give him a voice that suits.
This creates an environment where writing isn't about creating something for yourself, but an interposition of something into an existing framework called a conspiracy. But when I read works of younger and particularly American authors, I notice a trend, an over-reliance on allegory and a see-what-works mentality that comes with trying to apply an impersonal framework to a deeply personal art form. Additionally,
he's apparently dyslexic, but hey. Also, I've been having some writing efforts lately. Now I'm having a problem where one problem, or two problems, or three problems are kind of cramming into each other, Cronenberg style, and nothing good comes out. So, yeah, that's fucking great, ain't it? I think anyone who watches the series gets to Chapter 7 and now starts to complain, why are you going on this big tangent instead of just getting to the part? How did you get here? Without realizing this sooner, my man. You are impressive. But I do agree that, like, I don't know, actually. Like, that's the problem. I don't know if I can agree because I don't know what he's talking about, right? I responded with something I saw recently, which is like, what you were explaining to me is like people talking about fundy dog whistles, and it's like, I get it, right? I'm sure if you're an ex-fundamentalist, that makes sense, but to me, it's like, I don't even know what you're talking about. It's like trying to explain the color purple to someone who's never noticed it before. And let's get to the meat and potatoes of the actual work. Eventually, the art contest fades into the woodwork of the school's happenings. The school made of concrete, and on what woodwork? That's such a weird way to describe it. There's woodworks of the school happenings. But Liz is ecstatic that she made it into the finalists. You made it into the finals. I guess, yeah, she... man. Just weird little things. She goes on for maybe a little too long one line. It's so many times where it's like, it feels like these should not be in one straight line. Explaining how she could easily roll that feet alone into the... She goes on for maybe a little too long one lunch. That should be an interruption then, with commas. Explaining how she could easily roll that feet alone. Why that feet alone? No, wait. No, that does make sense. She could roll that feet alone. I feel like easily and alone are kind of fighting for the same definitional meaning there, which is what's throwing me off. Into a foot in the door, and that she's ashamed but happy that the mystery painter never came forward. Yeah, because now she's the top 5, baby! I don't know if that's counts as finalist. Usually, don't people stop at 3? I exchange a knowing look with Olivia at that, which she returns with a conflicted one. I get it. She still feels guilty Maybe that can't be attributed to her either way, but things turn out as they did in spite of the mistakes. She sees that. Ben informed me in photography that the mystery painting would be struck from the record, as that was clearly the creator's will. Things have been more cold between him and I since Olivia filled me in on a tragic backstory. It's entirely on my part, and Ben seems none the wiser to the shift. No, it's because after the demo, Ben barely does anything. The contest ends and he just fades away for a while, showing up at the wedding to be like a contrast to Inko's action, which, again, makes that wedding scene really weird, because Anon isn't like that at all. Like, the contrast of quality versus quantity just doesn't necessarily exist in an interesting story mechanic. Although I guess that's what they're trying to do, kind of, but I think that's more incidental. I don't trust this author to make decisions like that with knowing knowledge. Luckily, no one even remembered my name was attached to the piece, and the week-long campaign of searching for the true artist took all interest away from me. Though I still get occasional judgmental glares if I've knowingly stolen someone's work. Who cares, though? No one whose opinion I care about that thinks I'm a thief. I have to constantly falcon punch down the intrusive thoughts that scream that should probably mean quotes. They think far worse than that, but it's to be expected. Anon, we're in chapter 7, and you're already fighting your own self-esteem? You haven't even addressed the core issues on why you have a low self-esteem. You can't just start treating symptoms like that, my man. You can't expect all Anon to learn new tricks like taking a friend's words at face value or seeing inherent worth in anything gay like that. That's more in line, but what a weird thing to go for. It's fake it till I make it. Yeah, that's like half the trick, Anon. That's competitive memory therapy, you idiot. That's Comet. That's literally a proven methodology. Is you reassure yourself by using credible memories. And it just overrides those immediate... God damn, get out of here, you fucking moron. Olivia's back to her usual self, which gives me no small amount of relief. She's been making small strides. Small. And being more open and more sociable. Still have to give her an admonishing eyebrow raise every now and then when she belittles herself. But we're in the same boat as far as dragging ourselves out of the graves we dug for us. For fuck's sake! But you can ignore the second ourselves, but we are in the same boat as far as dragging ourselves out of the graves we dug. You don't need the second ourselves. I think even an AI wouldn't make that mistake. It's 2 weeks later, and I somehow find myself in Olivia's company in the YEAAAAH's class after school. I seem to remember... Why does that remember look wrong? Like, it is with one M, right? Well, 2 M's, technically, but... Why is my brain... I think it's thinking about embarrassment. Which is a very similar shape in my brain. But it has 2 M's. I seem to remember being at Olivia's insistence. I've seen your sketches. Oh, wait. I've seen your sketches and whatever else you bothered doing. Come on. Just a few basics. Don't want a skitty sitting next to me. Of all the people... Oh, yeah, because... Okay, so remember that in the original... I forgot this. After this, Inko is like, I want to learn to paint so I can earn that painting, you know? The problem is, Anon is trying to learn photography, and I don't see him doing multiple things, which is, like, really... Inko is, like, invested in the concept of art, right? He wants to be a photographer, he likes... You know, you can't have Anon just fundamentally turn into a different person because it makes your plot work a little better. I'm fine. Shrugged it off. He tilted her head down, eyes angled... It's called the puppy eyes, my man. Radiating, oh really, energy so severely. I'm certain it's radioactive in larger doses. I relented pretty immediately afterwards. I mean, it couldn't hurt to improve at least a bit. Hell, composition's a part of photography too. Really, what's another hour with Olivia? Even at school. Wait, really though, it's not another hour with Olivia, even at school. It's preferable to sitting in the dark of my lonely apartment. Mr. YEAAAAH has things to attend to around campus. He'll reiterate once more before he goes. And remember, you two, do not be afraid. Do not do anything you be afraid to do in my presence. He sidles up to me, close to me, just out of Olivia's earshot. Oil paints are a pie. She figures that out feigning a back injury. It may just save us all. He seems all too glad to leave us alone after that. He just saunters off to wherever. I really think this will be better if you replace that with a semicolon, but that's because I like semicolons. And a lot of actual writers tell me, Safi, please, please, you're putting too much chili on the burger. I do my best over the next half hour to paint something. It's an attempt at a self-portrait. That's super easy, man. Just trace your face. There's nothing to it. Though, really, it is me just aping the one Olivia made at her house. I take a few steps. I mean, tracing is like the basics to learning, you know, swooping gestures, and as you make them, you become more aware of, like, oh, actually, I should do it in this order, etc., you know. Like, everyone starts as an impersonator, which is, you know, I would give this story criticism for basically being Wani, but on the other hand, you're also so far, right? You should be past that point. If your writing in general is not that specifically copied, which is why it's so weird you're doing it anyway. I take a few steps back to admire my work, striking an over-the-top art appreciation stance. Stun! Art appreciation. Stundo. Oh! I hear Olivia shift and hum behind me. I take a look. Stop. Could you just fucking do something already, Anna? Jesus, these sentence structures are extremely boring. I take, I hear, I take, I do. Come on! It is. Come on! Start your sentences with some fucking punch. I take a look back and see that she's mimicking my dumbassery. As much as she can, from a sitting position. Like something like all I see. Or taking a gander, I notice. Despite my optimism, she's mimicking. It's an apricot. Oh, hey, shit, it's an intonation instead of a fucking expression. People's voices have tones to them. No, exactly. I reevaluate the painting. Sure enough, I'll see it more than myself now. It's a self-portrait. You didn't pay attention when I was talking? Hey, that was your style. Maybe I'm an impressionist. Or a hack. Oh no. I generously dab my clean brush onto the emerald green I'd neglected until now and glob it next to my head. I christened this on the annoying green creature. She throws a hand up to her face but can't hide the embarrassment. All that effort just be part of this acrylic abortion. Abortion my ass, it is finished! We can let some other dumbass adopt it now. That trash can looks like a great candidate. Bold and brash, more like belongs in the trash. I grasp the painting. Oof. See, that's a verb you can start a sentence with. I grasp the painting and prep myself for a frisbee-like toss into the trash just as the door slams open. How the fuck do you frisbee throw an entire painting? Odds are you're working on a big canvas since you're starting out. Like, or it's like a little one, but either or, like throwing those. If it's a small one, right? It's like thick and it's. Wham! The canvas goes AF and smacks into the wall. Back first, luckily, and slides to the ground. Olivia and I both turn to the intruder with wide eyes. Anna, Olivia? Are you guys here? What? Why is he asking that? Like he's looking for you. Oh, that's probably the case, right? He just slammed on in and started asking. Anna and Olivia, you guys here? A frantic Damien shouts for his knees bent like prey on the run. What? What? Oh, he's like slouched low to the ground like he's about to perform evasive maneuvers. Also, Damien, you just entered the room. Why did you shout after seeing them? Jesus, tap dancing Christ, Damien! My exclamation grabs his attention quickly. What is going on? Now aware of our presence, he jogs over to us, still huffing. Guys, I need to ask you something. He pauses. Either the suspense offers diaphragm to recover. Suspense is killing me, though. Well, I love killing. From a distance, or if you blur a little, killing is like 4 L's. Well, I gesticulate, swimming my arms back. Just say you gesticulate, that's good enough. Is something happening? Olivia's genuine concern makes me shrink, realizing how much of a dickhead I've been acting like this. I'm being acting like this. Do you want to come to the arcade with me and Liz? Damien's same goofy grin returns, and any signs of panic are long gone. Olivia and I share a sidelong glance, and it's obvious we're on the same page. You do know we have phones, right, Damien? I would start with Damien, but that's just my preference, which is why you have to be aware of it and mix it up sometimes. Olivia's previous concern is now replaced with a trademark indifference. But I can almost sense that same hint of frustration that controlled me a moment ago. Of course! But it gave less time to prep the car. Prep the car? So you just ran straight here? Not much time. Besides, isn't it as easy as turning on the car? I mean, I don't know anything about cars without a license of my own, but this is not even for Damien. Straight here? Nah, man, I just kept kicking doors open until I found you. I like how we're just copying this fucking shit, and Anna's just humoring it. The same shared glance with Olivia's exchange, and she said, I literally told you to... Wait, what was this decided? Damien pulls out his phone and squints at the cracked kaleidoscope of the screen. Just call it a cracked kaleidoscope! Get rid of this, alright? Listen. Get rid of this, and this part gets cuter. This is what I mean, right? The more words you put, the more it dilutes things. It's kind of like mixing paints, you know? It's mixing paint with a little water, you know, you want it a little thinner. Oh, no, that doesn't work at all. You know, it's... How do you put this? It's like making bread, right? You have only a teaspoon of spices. And the only way to make those spices sing a little louder is... Why is the music so quiet? Oh, it's because it is actually quiet. I think I'm gonna put it there. I'm just gonna bump up the volume in the background. There you go. That should be a bit better. But yeah, I kind of... Listen, I understand what you're going for, Damien, but... How to explain this? If you have a teaspoon of salt, right? You can't just put more flour in to get a better taste. You need to lessen the flour. And words are like this. Too much salt and it just tastes like shit. But if you keep adding... You know, you gotta weigh and measure. Too little and it just... and it gets too spicy, and it's like your sentence is tiny. You know? Like, get rid of this, and you automatically have a sentence that's twice as good. Just like that. Brevity is the soul of wit, they say. About 21 minutes ago. His eyes were drawn to my toppled canvas in the trash can. Yo, is this the newest masterpiece? He walks over, crossing his arms and leaning back with a head tilt. Is that a peach? Nice, dude. Stem is a little off, though, but I love the green, man. I do feel that if you're going to say dude, you should really avoid having man. But I guess he's trying to make him more dude bro, which... Why are you copying Damien's lines if you're changing him? No, it's not. It's an apricot. Olivia snickers at her own joke. Ugh. You know what? Can you make me a Pokeball out of this painting? I think I'll stick to photography. Find myself pouting. Still, I can't imagine Damien being critical. The kudos is nice coming from someone. Wait, even if I can't imagine Damien... I keep missing words in the weirdest ways. So, game time? Is it the arcade? My turn to poke at Olivia. Oh, she's talking first? I thought Anon was the one who always fucking talked first, because, you know... Jesus Christ! My turn to poke at Olivia. Oh, the old reigning champ afraid? You afraid I'll... You... Wait. Oh, is the old reigning champ afraid? Are you scared more? I'll try... What? Wait, I see what he's trying to say, but I'm trying to figure out... What? Shouldn't it be, are you more scared that? Are you more scared that I'll trash you, or that the... Yeah, what the fuck happened here? So not only is more in the wrong place compared to scared, you also missed an entire fucking word. What are you doing? I think what happened is he wrote, are you scared I'll trash you? And then you added this. And he added more, and he just completely forgot how that worked. Just like I did for a hot minute. Which isn't Hot Wheels. Sheep slightly in surprise. I don't like how sheepish Olivia is, right? She's supposed to be a hard ass. I really feel like I like Olivia when she's a bit of a hard ass. Because fuck, I don't care about soft. I want someone who believes in something. Who has like a little bite. A little nibble at the minimum. Well, fuck me. Jesus. Woof. Alright. It's like, I'm not even streaming, and it's not even stream time, and yet somehow someone knows to send me the weird stuff. Damien hardly waits for another word, being able to interpret that as enough consent as needed. He quickly sprints behind his god sibling and begins rocketing her through the halls out the front of the school. Whoa, let's go! Booking it as fast as he does. Feeling Olivia and I both now know. I can barely hear her hold on for dear life. She rattly yells. Isn't Olivia like really... Okay, hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Safi, you went to chapter 1. You fucking fool. My eyes are drawn to the handles at her back. They are there for a reason, even if Olivia jealously guards them. She even knocked the wind out of Damien with her tail once when he tried to reach for one to help her. So, she's just okay with it after you established what? I don't get it. It's like you establish a character trait and then you just fucking shit all over it. Should I care about your writing if you're going to be this dismissive about it? Before you dismiss it, you're supposed to show it to us once, right? You show us, you have the thing brought up, Then you do it once more to reinforce it, and then you subvert the joke. Now it just feels like I shouldn't care what you write because it doesn't matter. I need to only care about what happens in the sentence in which it happens, and everything else is irrelevant. Again, it was a moment that was supposed to say something about Anna, but nope. I can barely hear her hold on for dear life as she raspily yells his name. Why doesn't she beat the shit out of him with her tail? She seemed okay with that earlier. I'm quick to jog after, but have way too much ground to cover before I'm at the first elevator with them. Are there multiple? I always thought it was like one, because the school's cheap and everything. Politely decline, wanting to take the stairs rather than risk the weight of 2 dinos and myself in the rickety metal coffin. Be a terrible place to experience mass-enhancing transformation, huh? Oh no, I'm turning into a werewolf. Why the hell would that make you heavier? Oh no, I'm breaking the conservation of mass. And then the elevator goes beep, beep. Why aren't we crashing? And when the elevator detects too much weight, it locks in place. Are you fucking stupid? You think the elevator's just gonna fall? I was honestly hoping you'd die. I can't afford prom. Damien slows down greatly on the last leg of the journey to Liz's car. Probably because he has to get down several steps and everything, and it's like really annoying. Olivia hunched over with her arms crossed and extremely disgruntled looking. I recognize her though. It's the only way to keep her launching after the Mach 5 trip Damien just subjected her to. Liz's greeting is as bubbly as ever. Anna, Olivia, there you are! Damien was taking so long to get you, I was about to come find you myself. With her neck, she can just check all the fucking windows, man. Brrr, like a little drone. Why did they never do that? There's so many fun things you can do with that neck. For the love of all that is holy, please do next time. And for Olivia's sake, and for mine, of course. Think about how many doors Damien must have kicked in, terrifying people all across the school. How many people are in the school anyway? Damien urges me to hurry up, since it will take a few minutes for Olivia to get in and another 30 to reach the arcade. That can't be right, though. You can traverse all of Rock Bottom in 20. Just how big is Vokatira Bluff? Well, the thing is, Vokatira Bluff seems to have a tight urban center, but I have the idea that it's one of those American cities that just sprawled outward. So there's like a couple of blocks of like actual skyscrapers, and then it's like everything is a single suburban house, and you need to drive like 5 years to get anywhere. You know, the suburban hell everyone complains about. Mid-rises, what are those? It's either 500 floors or none. I'll not take that long, Olivia growls, pogoing herself into the backseat in one attempt with her tail. Yeah, no, what else would she fucking pogo with? Come on. Why not launching herself with her tail into the backseat? I don't know. I'm left to decipher how to disassemble her wheels and tuck them into the trunk before we go. You can get rid of this. You don't need this. You can just say I'm left to decipher how to disassemble her wheels. Then you describe that Anon is holding onto it. It feels kind of cold because it's made of metal in some places, and he kind of twists it around a little bit. You know, describe what it's like to figure out how a wheelchair works. And he gets angry afterwards. After we get useless analysis. Because we're a little bit bothered now, too. What sick bastard made this? No, actually, they're not that hard to take. Like, I've folded wheelchairs, man. It's not that hard. It's like something out of Saw. I'm genuinely amazed if I never randomly snapshotted Olivia like a mousetrap. I eventually get it, though. No thanks to Damien, who immediately swung himself into the passenger seat like a Duke boy. Liz is clearly less impressed as she cautions him to be more careful. Whatever for the sedan's sake or for his is more ambiguous. When I open the door, a pile of soda cans spills onto the pavement. Oh, sorry those are from this morning. I just toss them into the backseat when I'm done. Damien says without a hint of shame. Oh, I gave him a hint of shame, sorry. But from where I'm standing, I think the soda cans might be. God, I need to know that line. No, it's from my point of view. Shit. From my point of view, hold on, I need to look this up.
Anakin.
Oh no! Anakin. Wait, what is this sentence like in Backstroke of the West? I need to know now. The third gathers. Ah, it's unavailable! No! No! You've got to be fucking kidding me. They took it down after this long? Before the Gospel of Luke, there was a la gold. Oh my god, I forgot. They got rid of it! No! I was gonna watch it sometime in the long future. The Presbyterians! Ah, now I'll never know.
Chancellor Palpatine is evil! From my point of view, the Jedi are evil!
From my point of view, the soda cans are evil. Thank you, Damien. Anyway, I'm having a good time. Are you? I hope you are, because otherwise you could just leave and watch a video that makes you happy. When I open the door, a pile of soda cans fills. Okay, here we go. But from where I'm standing, I think it might be time to consider an intervention. No bagman? Really? I crouch and try to pile him back into the car. There is one. This resignation is a truly hopeless one as she dead-eyed stares into the rear view. Damien's overflowing plastic bag is held aloft like a hard-fought spoil of war. Looking at the horrific punctures toward his cans, description may not be too far off. This is the real war we must fight for our future. If anything can be said about this myth, though, it's the cleanliness. I still have not felt a drop of stickiness or smell. Wait. If anything can be said about the cleanliness, I feel not a drop of stickiness, and even the smell is next to nothing from the cans. Pretty sure, like, what does he do? Because, like, getting the fluid out is not the problem with soda cans, right? It's that some sticks around because of surface tension and stuff. They'll get used. This assures me, perking up somewhat. I'm saving them for a recycling project. Plus, I have a sculpture in mind needing them. Saves me the trouble of having to find them in the wild. And I get to drink as much soda as I want. Damien beams and shares a grin with Liz. Clearly finding an equal exchange. Good relationship those two have. Guess I'm hardly the one to speak, since my best friend is a gator girl with a penchant for art and sarcasm. Or artchasm. That sounds like artgasm. Still, I find myself eyeing Liz as she ogles Damien when he isn't looking. Dude's oblivious, I guess. Why still? What is the like contradiction, the contrast there? I look at Olivia to see if she's catching it too, but her head quickly jerks away from me. She's probably looking at the cans and just looked away quick. Shut up, Anna! You're not that stupid! You've already proven yourself smarter than this. I finally take my seat in the car, careful not to disturb the shrapnel at my feet too much. Liz may need them at least close to their original shape. I blindly seek my seat and brush against something warm that quickly recedes as her hair gasps next to me. Looking at the sauce, Olivia now has her right hand held to her chest with a slight blush. Her eyes holds it to me, but why are we doing this? We are way past this in like the funniest ways. Also, Edon, aren't you the kind of guy who makes jokes about hand holding? Oh, come the fuck on these again? Come to think of it, I was able to hug Olivia without them going off, so this is nothing right. She's a bro now, so not the same. You know, Anon, I will say that, like, just like 5 seconds, right? One prop is going to be given here, and it is that the fantastic parallel he's drawn between Olivia, he looks at Liz, looking at Damien, and he doesn't notice, and he is basically being Damien. The parallel between them is kind of good, actually. However, I'm pretty sure that's in the original story, but at least you kept it around, although it really is kind of weird that Anon has to basically backtrack his character development, because otherwise... Oh shit, that worked. Truly the mind of an artist like myself is a wonderful thing. No, it's not. Sorry. I apologize after I'm able to flip that mental switch. I think I might have made things awkward before a quick glance darted her way revealed that she's back in high spirits. A smile on her maw. What, not her snout? I exhale and smile myself. Don't smile yourself, man. The damage that'll do to your knees is incredible. Don't smile yourself. Just smile, man. Just smile on your own terms. Last thing I want to do is be seen as weird. YEAAAAH. The scales were surprisingly warm at the touch. How? I always got the impression they were kind of like lukewarm, you know, room temp. A thought which I'm quickly to purge for a myriad of reasons. Actually, you can say myriad reasons, because this is 10,000s of. So it already has the of built in. Just a quick tip. There are some contexts where you can say myriad of, though, but I've been told that they are somewhat specific. Let's look them up. He gazed at the myriad lights in the city. There's a myriad of islands to explore. How quaint. So apparently, I get... So it's an adjective. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, if it's a noun, then why would it be... Yeah, why would the of be incorporated? Oh, that's kind of interesting. I was lied to, I think. I was lied to. In a funny way. It's an adjective. How quaint. Okay then, all safety checks done. Liz says as she brings her head back in through the sunroof. She then coils her gargantuan neck around a hook. Well, she was like checking the wheels. I can only imagine it's painful as hell, and she seems to be doing just fine. Dinos are weird. Some of the freakier, though. The cruel twist of fate being the monkey boy is the most hairless of all the car's occupants. Well, you're an ape. You're an ape, Edon. Humans are apes. In fact, I think they're called they're called great apes too. So humanity ain't gonna fucking slouch on this one. Let's look this up. We're great apes, man. We're the fucking best. We're not just great apes. We're the smart great apes. We're the sapiens. This is where you start flexing, you know. The hominidae, shared by chimpanzees, gorillas, and orangutans. But remember, this is just scientific classifications, which I've been told is like, you know, I love how it's like Homo sapiens, and it's like everywhere. They're just fucking everywhere. Antarctica, Homo sapiens. Greenland, Homo sapiens. That weird little island above Norway, Homo sapiens. They're all the way up there. And then there's like a couple of blotches of like other apes. It's so fucking funny, man. It's so fucking funny. A chart of where you will find people wearing pants. It's gonna look quite similar, I imagine. Yeah, so, hey man, you see much of the city? Damien turns fully back to address me. Nah, I don't really have much money to get around or interest in seeing the sights. Well, man, that's crazy, dude. Who doesn't like seeing crazy things? Liz, give this man the most expensive and gas-guzzling tour you can. What? No, I hardly have enough gas money as it is. I lean towards Olivia and whisper, I think her cash is all tied up in carbonated beverages. She stifles a snort before curbing Damien the battery. The view on the way is fine. Looking forward to it as well. Just a city, right? Like the movies? You're basing your entire view of every US city on movies? Yes! I've also seen a number of movies about Japanese city. Could never live there. Too many giant radioactive lizards. Here, there's only one, and he just looks right at her. Right. Mia has more than enough kaiju to crave you. Is that taller or as tall as Mia? Put your votes in the comments. I point up an index finger. Fine then. Mrs. Halford. Am I to understand you'll be showing me the fine facets of the city? That's a mouthful of that, or a mouthful of skills for calling me Mrs. Halford again. Or Miss Halford, because it's not MRS. I snicker and it's finally time. That's a comma. You put a comma there, buddy. We're off. With Liz driving out of the parking lot in the opposite direction of my apartment. If I drive one more foot, it'll be the farthest I've been into Belvedere Bluffs. It's a little nerve-wracking. But I hope this place isn't some mega slum straight out of Blade Runner. That'd be impressive. You gotta go further south, man. To Mexico. It's all brown down there. The movies have shown me. I don't know how you could live in a place that's that brown, man. Why don't they do some color grading to make it less brown, you know? The joke is that every fucking movie that shows you Mexico puts on this disgusting brown filter because Mexico is just brown like that, I guess. Everything is brown. You cross the border and it goes from nice sunny American blue to brown. Don't go to Mexico. Because all your fine blue clothes will be impossible to see. Damien flips on some boomer... Okay, let's call it here for now. So far, so good. I think I'm going to make that a poll, though. Who's taller, Anon or Mia?